Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another episode on Northwoods Exploration. As always, my name is Jeremy, and in today's episode, we are going to discuss one of my favorite camera bags. That is the Lowepro Tahoe BP 150. Let's get to it, guys. All right, guys, so as I said, today we are going to talk about the Lowepro Tahoe BP 150. This is an awesome little camera bag, especially great for street photography, day hikes, things like that. I actually own two Lowepro bags. The other one that I own is the Lowepro Photoactive BP 350 AW. This one is a bit more beefy. I'll back up a little bit so you can see better. It has these side pockets that open up on either side. I have a partition inside of here that divides these two up. So, like for example, this is the side that I put my lenses in, and then on the other side, there's room to put like small accessories and things. So, yeah, so just like a place for little accessories, so on and so forth. This one also has a storage compartment up here, as well as this upper compartment opens up also. You got a place to put your laptop. Anyway, we're not reviewing that bag yet. We're not doing that today, but I just want to show you by comparison. Lowepro makes a lot of really awesome products for photographers and videographers. I can't recommend their stuff enough. But today we are going to talk about, as I said, the Lowepro Tahoe BP 150. As I said, this is a good camera bag for day hikes or little strolls in the woods, or something to just throw in your back seat because after work you might want to go out and do some photography or videography. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and flip the camera around and let's go ahead and start looking at this pack. All right, guys, as I said, this is the Lowepro Tahoe BP 150. Currently, I do have one of my better tripods on here. This tripod, I'll be honest, is a little bit big for this particular backpack. However, this is one of my favorite tripods to take into the field. But I'm going to go ahead and take this off of the pack. These side pockets are kind of a two-edged sword, so to speak. Because on one hand, these side pockets are helpful, but the problem that I run into, let me see if I can find my water bottle, because I know I got my primary pack in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So this is the water bottle that I usually take. You know, I love the company Life Straw. Yep. Good stuff. But they go in here, and look how far up they go on it. So it gets up to about maybe 40-50% on this. And so if you don't actually use the straps to hold this down, or with this particular water bottle, I actually run it through here and attach it. Yeah, unless you do that, this is going to fall out. If you're hiking a trail, you got to bend, stretch, move around, this is going to fall out. These pockets, Lowepro, if you ever see this video, which I seriously doubt you will, but if you do, if we could make these pockets a little bit deeper on the BP 150, that would be totally awesome. So yeah, but yeah, pockets on, you have pockets on both sides of the pack. They both have these straps. That's another thing too. You can actually secure these straps even if you don't have anything in here, and that will keep this main pocket from opening up, because this is the zipper that leads to the main compartment where the camera gear is going to be housed. And even if you're worried about someone stealing it, if you're doing street photography, yeah, fat chance them doing a quick snatch and grab. So anyway, yeah, for the exterior, as far as the exterior of the pack goes, that's pretty much it. You know, what you see is what you get. For this first compartment here on the outside, you unzip this. This is where I primarily keep my camera batteries. This pocket is about yay deep. It's not going to hold a whole lot. You can put, I have put things like my wallet and my keys inside of here. Primarily though, like I said, I usually keep camera batteries in here, just because I want something on the exterior of the pack that I can easily access and get to accordingly. The next compartment though, there's a compartment right here. And this compartment, when you open it up, allows for a lot of different smaller items that you can fit inside of here. For example, I always carry a notebook to use in the field. I carry an extra radio battery, antenna for that particular radio. I do carry a compass as well, because usually I'm out in the woods quite a ways. I carry an additional pocket knife. This is just a little wrap model, Ontario wrap model 2 in D2 steel, but I keep that in there just in case, even though usually I do have a pocket knife on my person. I do keep a ferrocerium rod. Can you tell I do outdoor photography? Just an extra pen. What else? And I do carry, I guess it's redundant, but I do have a soft spot for fixed blades, so I do also carry a Buck and Bear Damascus steel blade in a leather sheath, but that just basically lives in the bottom there. And I think that's pretty much it in this compartment. Nope, forgot. Since we're in northern Wisconsin, hand warmers this time of year. I think, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so emergency blanket for heating. Carry a poncho, and then I carry my little Baofeng UV5R. Hey, so yeah, that's what I use this compartment for. This is for all the little things that aren't really 100% essential as far as photography goes, but I spend a lot of time in the woods. If I need to have, you know, for example, emergency comms because I'm so far out that my phone doesn't work, cutting implements, just a little pocket knife, and then I like having a fixed blade. You guys know how I am if you've seen my other videos. Even if I do have a pocket knife on me, I'm always going to carry a fixed blade into the field. So I think if you're going into the field, you should also have a compass as well. I think people rely on their cell phones way too much these days. Not that that's bad, I just don't think it's smart to rely solely on that. I guess I found something else in here. Found a Bic lighter, as though I don't have one of those already, probably in my pocket, I suppose. And I know so a lot of these items that I carry in this particular compartment are not going to cross over to everyone else, but I'm cool with that, because these are the items that I need based upon where I'm going and what I'm doing. This is not a setup, and this is the one caveat about this particular bag that I will say from the standpoint of being an outdoorsman and a bushcrafter. This backpack is not meant to be out in the woods for 3 days. This is, I'm going out for a day hike, or we're going out to one of the inland lakes and we're just going to hike around it a little bit and take some photos, things like that. Like, this is not a 3-day pack. Or if you want to think of this in terms of, you know, as all of you, my military friends out there would say, this is not an assault pack, okay? This is not meant to carry everything, including the kitchen sink and then some. I do carry some medical supplies when I go out, but I'm not carrying my full med kit like what you would see in one of my other packs. Anyway, I've gone on about that way too long. So yeah, we'll keep her moving on that one. All right, so that takes care of this part of the pack. Now this leads us into the largest part of the pack, and for all you photographers out there, this aspect is probably what you were waiting on since the beginning, and that's going to be the main interior of the Tahoe BP 150. And excuse me, as you can see, this is all about the camera gear. This section here is all about camera gear and what you're going to need in the field. Just a few things right off the bat here. I do carry a wrist strap as well as my neck strap. for my camera. I keep them in this compartment. It just makes it easier to get to them. My camera, by the way, and we'll get into this a little bit more, but my primary camera is a Canon M50 Mark II. For outdoor photography, I'll tell you, if anyone's thinking about going into outdoor photography, it's not necessarily the best for outdoor photography because it's not waterproof. It is water resistant, sort of, but I don't take any chances. So I have taken this out on some days when it is really kind of gloomy and foggy, stuff like that. But if it's coming a torrential downpour, the Canon M50 Mark II is probably not coming with me. So, so yeah, we can talk about that a little bit later. As far as this box right here, this goes everywhere with me because this is my GoPro kit. This has several things. There are a few things that have been taken out of here since back in deer season. For example, I need to put probably need to put this back in. This is an exterior housing to get a little bit better audio. But yeah, so it's what I'll say about this box is that this has been an absolute lifesaver over the years. Because if I want to get time-lapse shots and I still want to record, you know, myself in the cabin or in the tent or in the blind, this is what I'm going to set up. I'll set it up just like I did during deer season. Get up 4:30 in the morning, set it up on a small tripod out in the middle of the field to do a time-lapse capture of the sunrise, and this works great. But yeah, I carry my GoPro with me pretty much everywhere that I go with this particular bag. And yeah, this is in an OtterBox case. I'm not even sure if they still make this. They probably do, but I like things in a waterproof case. I don't like having to deal with a whole bunch of moisture in the field. So yeah, so I like waterproof things. As far as the lenses that I carry with me, I don't carry all of my lenses with me. Like I got a lens that I'll use for macro photography. I don't bring that. But I do bring several lenses with me. The first lens that I bring with me is this Canon. I believe this is a 15 to 45 millimeter lens. This is the kit lens. By the way, the hood here, this is secondary. This did not come with the kit lens. This is the kit lens that comes with the M50 Mark II. This is the only kit lens that I still use on a regular basis. This is decent for some wide-angled shots. It's okay. I do eventually want to replace this lens with something different, something that's going to give me a lot better picture quality, something that has a lot better f-stop on it. So, but this is a pretty good lens, I'll have to admit, for a kit lens. The Canon 15 to 45 millimeter kit lens is actually pretty decent. So it's not too bad at all. The lens that I probably use the most is this next one. This is the Canon 50 millimeter prime lens. I have to use an adapter with this, which is right here. Viltrox makes an adapter for this. And what I have to do is put this on my camera and then put the lens on. That's because the Canon M50 Mark II uses what's called an EF-M lens mount, and this is an EF mount lens, a little bit older lens, but I absolutely love this Canon 50 millimeter lens. I think this goes down to a 1.8 f-stop. And by the way, if you don't understand what some of these terms mean, I apologize. I'm not going into great detail on those terms, but maybe we can have a video about that a little bit later. But yeah, as I said, this is a little bit older lens, but works great. This is probably the lens that I use the most for photography, because I like the depth of field, if nothing else. Even when I do portrait photography, I will use the 50 millimeter lens. Yes, I will be backed up a little bit more, but you just get this perfect milky background, referred to as the bokeh effect. And so I really like this 50mm lens. And then probably the newest lens to the group is this Canon 75 to 300mm lens. I bought this, and once again, this is uses an EF mount, so I do have to use my adapter with this. But I wanted something going into the fall that was going to give me better shots at distance, because I'm shooting things that are 300 yards away, 300, 400, in some cases 500 yards away, and I wanted a lens that would work out better for that. And yeah, I would love to have, like a like a 400 to 600mm lens or something like that. But those are expensive unless they're, kind of cut rate or you're making sacrifices. But I really like this Canon 75 to 300mm lens. The lowest f-stop on it is a 4 and goes up to 5.6, so pretty good range. So this doesn't do very well in the afternoon, but I'd say late afternoon. I mean, I'm talking like dusk, but this is going to do very well pretty much any other time of the day. This takes great shots at dawn, I will definitely say that. But yeah, that's the camera gear I carry out. I carry my GoPro, I carry my Canon M50 Mk II, I carry the original kit lens, which is a 15 to 45mm Canon lens. I carry the Canon 50mm prime lens as well, which goes down to a 1.8 f-stop. And then I carry the Canon 75 to 300mm lens that is a 4.0 to 5.6 f-stop. So those are the lenses I carry out. That's the camera I carry out, or these are the cameras I carry out. And this works well for me. It gives me, able to take wider angled shots, basically what I would consider everyday shots with a 50mm. And when I need to really reach out there and get a good shot, the 75 to 300mm works very well. And I love the GoPro's ability to do great time lapses. So, as far as what I keep in here, I keep an ability to charge the batteries. I do keep a cleaning cloth in here for my lenses. I keep a USB-C cable that can charge my cell phone as well as my camera batteries. I carry a couple things for cleaning. Brush, little blower there. And that is pretty much it. It's not really an extensive setup, but that's primarily because with something like street photography or doing a hike that's relatively being the key word there, relatively close to civilization, I'm not going to carry everything but the kitchen sink because there's just no need for it. So that's my setup for day hikes and for things such as street photography, or going out with the family, and I just want to carry my camera gear with me, throw this in the back. As I say a lot on this channel, it's everything you need, and at this stage of the game at least, nothing that I don't. Alright guys, so that is going to bring this video to a close. I hope it was helpful, hope it was informative for you guys. By the way, links are in the description for all the items that I went over. There will be a lot of Amazon, but I have a few other sites that I buy from as well. So I will be including those links also. So if you have any questions about anything, let me know. Comment in the description below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm not what I would consider an expert in photography. It's all a journey. It's all a process. But as I learn more skills, as I spend more time doing photography and videography, I want to take the things that I've learned and pass them on to you guys. That's how I learned. When I first got into photography, I started with the cell phone I'm actually recording this on. And it went from there, and I was fortunate enough to have people that taught me a lot of things about photography. And did I have my pitfalls? Yep, I stepped in it several times on things that I probably should have done my homework on. I mean, with this camera even, I remember taking photos at dusk and remembering to adjust the f-stop on the camera so I could get better shots. So anyway, enough about all of that. But as I said, hope it was helpful. Like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill. And as always, come join the adventure, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Take care.